Hello, and I am back with another video, and today we are talking about metoidioplasty. So, I just had metoidioplasty 4 months ago, so this is a 4 month post-op, and it's not really about 4 month post-op, but it's just some information I wanted to share. It's not an informational video about metoidioplasty. It's more just about what to expect when you're getting metoidioplasty, some of the results, what it looks like, how it functions, the appearance, my personal journey with metoidioplasty, and just some tips and advice towards the end of the video to help you if you're considering it, what to look for, what to consider, and whatnot. So let's just get a brief introduction. Metoidioplasty is basically surgery of changing the female genitalia into the male genitalia, but basically you use your natural growth, the natural growth you get from taking testosterone on your clitoris, and changing the structure down there. So basically you have the release of, so sorry I'm getting graphic, so this is what metoidioplasty looks like. So this is your clitoris. It's basically like this. So when you get metoidioplasty, it gets released like that. And then the other procedures is you can make a scrotum, you can close down there completely so you don't have any holes, and then you make a scrotum, and then you can get 2 testicular implants put in, so you basically have a whole male genitalia. The options you can choose is you can only get it released like that. You can only, like I said, you can just get it released and not close anything. That is the most simplest form. You can get it released, close the hole but not the pee hole, so you have to sit to pee, get it released, close the hole, have scrotum made, have testicular implants, and sit to pee. Or the one that I opted for was have everything closed, made a scrotum, have a new urethra made in my new ding dong so that I can stand to pee. So this is my experience. So first of all, I'm just gonna put it out there. It is painful. It is painful. It is the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. This has nothing on that, okay? That is painful. Like, I woke up from surgery, and I'm gonna warn you out there, and this is what a lot of people don't even say. Like, you just see people waking up from the surgery and you're just like, oh yeah, but it hurts, okay? I don't know if it hurt because I got everything done at once. Usually doctors advise for you to get it released and made a scrotum first, but you don't actually put the implants in, and then 6 months later put the implants in. But I didn't do that. I got everything done at the same time. So I got the release done, I got my scrotum made, I got my everything down there closed, and then I got my implants put in. So I don't know if that affected the pain level, but it was pretty darn painful, okay? Just putting it out there. Before I get into the details about the function, the appearance, the size, and whatnot, in terms of testicles, they are little silicone testicles, which are basically like boob implants, but just testicle size. So they kind of look like eggs. Most of the time you can choose the size. In my case, I actually could, but at the day I couldn't choose the size just because they ran out of every single size except for the large ones. So they asked me if I wanted to wait 6 months and put 2 testicles in with medium size, or if I would like 2 large ones. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not waiting no more. I want balls. So I opted for large size, and honestly, the healing period, because everything's swollen, it was very uncomfortable, and it was actually quite painful to have really big balls which were swollen, and having your mini me swollen and everything just smushed up like this. It doesn't feel good. And this is funny, but it's actually advice too. Please be careful. Please consider that it swells up like a balloon, and it's very uncomfortable, and it is painful, okay? So take that into consideration. But right now, the size of my balls, I'm very, very happy with them. I love it when I wear my underwear. I love spreading my legs just to look at them. I'm sorry for TMI, but it's just, I'm very happy with the results. So let's get into the appearance-wise. Appearance-wise, it looks like a normal penis. It just looks like a miniature micro penis, okay? Size-wise, okay, in my case, mine looks like an uncircumcised penis until it gets erect. We'll talk about that later. But I've seen in TransBucket, so if you want to see some references, go to transbucket.com. They have plenty of pictures. Go take a look, go find some references, go do your research, okay? But that's mine in terms of my appearance. It looks like an uncircumcised mini penis. Here, advice again. So the appearance of what it's gonna look like will vary from doctor to doctor. Every doctor has a different technique, okay? What you might want, your doctor might not, by the technique, your doctor might not provide you with. So please research the doctors, look at the before after pictures, and really consider that, is it going to look like that, or is it the way I want it to look? In my case, I'm very happy with the way it looks. I did a lot of research. I looked at the doctor that did mine. I live in Bangkok, so I have to I do it in Thailand, so the results were exactly the way I want it to be, okay? Now, size. Like I said, depending from the doctor, every doctor has a different technique in terms of size as well. But this is just a general rule of thumb. Don't expect a significant growth after you get surgery. It's mainly based on the natural growth you have. So mine, from my original size, got longer by around half an inch, but it got thicker because my doctor, his technique emphasizes on girth. So mine right now is around a little over half an inch thick, and it added around half an inch of length. So when it gets erect, it is basically an inch longer than it usually would be, and it is a lot thicker. So yes, you naturally get erect. Yes, it does go like that. You're naturally erect in the morning. You get morning wood the same way that you would get with a normal penis. Advice for size. So this is what my doctor did, and I do suggest you guys doing it as well. First of all, I advise you to not get metoidioplasty done until 3 to 4 years of your journey on testosterone, because your clitoris is continuously getting larger. Some doctors advise by 2 years, that's when your maximum growth down there will be, but in my case that wasn't the case. Mine didn't actually start significantly getting a lot larger, thicker, and longer until the 3rd to 4th year. And my doctor, even 2 months before surgery, my doctor he advised me to start pumping. So I pumped every day for 30 minutes, 5 days a week. So it'd be 5 days on, 1 day off. Some doctors will give you some cream to help make it larger. In my case, I just did pumping, and it actually helped. You don't think pumping would help, but it actually did. It actually added a lot of girth and a little bit of length. And for me, it was only 2 months of pumping. Yeah, I had short notice, but I'm sure if you consistently do it, it will slowly get longer. But please do it safely. Please do research about pumping as well, because it can be dangerous. So my advice is, go look for information about pumping before you actually do it, because it's more readily available than the creams. So sensation wise, I feel absolutely everything. It feels amazing. I have 100% sensation. Experience down there is fun. Things on the bed, things you do, is really, really fun. You can feel 100%, and it feels amazing, okay? That's basically all I'm about to say. You can imagine for yourself how great it feels, because it's just, you didn't add anything to it. It's just the same thing that you had, but it's just pulled out to make it slightly longer and larger. Yeah, so standing to pee is amazing. It feels like you would feel when you normally pee. It took me a while to get the aim right, because when I first peed, I just shot. And it took me a couple of times to really get used to standing to pee, but other than that, that's great. A little warning and some advice again, and disclaimer about getting urethral lengthening is, you can risk getting a fistula in your new urethra. So basically, your new urethra can have little holes where instead of peeing in a straight line, it can fizzle everywhere. So please take that in mind. If you do end up having that issue, you're gonna have to get it fixed, okay? I don't know if it's, because mine went well. I don't know, I've heard it can be quite discomforting. So please get it fixed, and please keep that in mind if you do want to get urethral lengthening. That's really one of the biggest concerns and one of the biggest risks that I've heard everyone get when they actually get the surgery. But in my case, I'm very lucky I didn't get it. I love standing to pee. I can stand to pee everywhere. And life is just more convenient in general. It's a lot quicker going in and out of the toilet. Quality of life is really increased. That's all I can say about standing to pee, I guess. That is probably all the information I have, all the tips and advice. But just my really biggest advice is really consider the pain level. It is very, very painful. With any surgery, it's very painful. It's very pricey. Thailand doesn't support, it doesn't have the insurance, so all these surgeries you have to pay from your own pocket. If you have insurance, that's great, but it is very expensive. Also, like I said, really be 3 to 4 years in your journey in testosterone before actually getting it to really maximize the growth down there. Also, you know, the biggest advice I'm going to give you guys is really do your research, really search the doctors up in your place, really look at the before and after pictures, go to TransBucket and look for references, because what it's gonna look like, it depends on your body. Everyone has a different body shape. Everyone grows differently. Some people grow really large, which I've seen. Some people have medium growth. Some people have really small growth. Oh, the biggest advice that I'm gonna tell you is if you have really minimum growth, if it's really small, you might not be able to do the surgery. And this is from what my doctor said, is this surgery is for people who have average to significant sized growth down there. So if you have a really minimally sized small growth, you can't get it. I don't know if some other doctors can actually make it possible for you to be able to do it, but in my case, what I heard from my doctor was if you don't grow large enough, you're not able to do this surgery. And I don't know if it's because it's with urethral lengthening. Maybe if you don't have urethral lengthening as an option, maybe you could do it, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time guys, see you.